wasn't more than 18 years old. I don't remember the name.
So I'm on Nickle, and hopefully the camera follows us and works with us here. But I figured this would be a good opportunity to talk a little bit, or show you a little bit about how to address barn sourness, and working on the first 3 fundamentals, and then adding in number 4 if we get that far tonight. But so let's just start right in. If you're out here in pasture, I don't like just walking off, riding off, and then seeing if I can, or just sort of holding on your horse all day long. Pulling, your horse gets real heavy in the mouth when you do that, and they get real bracy in their neck, and they just don't travel as nicely. So a good little rule of thumb is, yeah, there we go. It almost caught up with me. There. And now it's way beyond. Okay, so a good rule of thumb is, when you get out and work with your horse on the trail for the first time, or even after you've worked with your horse quite a bit, a good thing to do as a warm-up is the first 3 fundamentals. So number 1 is obviously check, can you bend their neck, and can they leave their feet still? You saw how he wanted to leave at first. Now he's standing there nice and soft, but I bet you if I go to bend again, oh, hey, look at that. That direction's towards home. Now if I bend to the left here, he wants to do the same thing, walk out a little bit. I'll toss him back, slide down the right rein. Oh, now he's standing still. Left rein, now we're standing still. So you see how even on a horse, this guy's what, 15 years old maybe, and he's a really steady Eddie, good ranch horse. They'll forget about bending and getting soft in the neck and staying steady and supple in the feet. Sorry, that camera's a little distracting, huh? Even then, they'll forget about that a little bit. So let me see maybe if I ride off over here a little, if it could follow me better. I think it actually might be following me better out here. So we'll talk about it out here. So right there, my instinct, even everyone's instinct, is to want to pull back on both reins. But your horse gets bracy and gets stiff in the neck, and they just want to run with the herd of horses there. So instead, if you pick a good even spot, nice easy spot, slide down one rein, then you can do your bend to a stop. Good, and then you see, well, cool. Now we're in control again at the standstill. We check both sides. Can we bend to the right? Good. Can we bend to the left? Wait for it. There. Good. Check. Can we move the hip maybe? Because that's fundamental number 2, disengaging. Good. We can move that just fine. Check the other side. Can we bend? Very good. Can you move the hip? He sure can. So then let's ride off. And he's really more interested in going back towards home, I'm sure. Yeah, finding any way he can, even through the rough country. So, no problem. This is actually where we got that opportunity, where I wanted to address the barn sourness a little bit. So let's do that. If you're out in the pasture and your horse wants to head on home, You know, don't stop them. Just go with them. Now, and this is when you're trying to make a horse, obviously. If you're going out on a trail ride or something, you do what you have to make it, to get done. But if I'm out here just trying to make a horse like I am now, then the best thing I can do is just go with it. So first I'm gonna find where he really wants to be. And it may be back in here for a minute, but wherever it is, I'm gonna start to put his feet to work. And I think it is gonna be down by this gate he usually goes in and out of, through the mud, obviously, of course. So we'll work him down here for a sec. You can't see me, but then we'll bring him on back afterwards. Okay. And then when, you know, this guy's a left brain extrovert, so he likes moving fast. But you put your horse's feet to work a little bit where they wanted to be, and then let their momentum carry you out back to wherever it was you wanted to be. Now, I really didn't steer him over here that much, except for he wants to come and bathe the camera and make it spaz out again. So I'm just gonna direct him away from that. And then somewhere out here, you see all of a sudden he's losing momentum out here. And I'll just direct his feet so he doesn't take himself off a hill. But he's losing energy. All of a sudden that trot is slowing down. And then he realizes, oh, hey, I'm quite a good distance from home. So he stops. This is the point right here where he's lost that momentum. It's like you've got a rubber band, and the further you get away from home, the more that rubber band stretches. And so this is where his rubber band is stretched to the limit. Naturally, he's decided at this point he's not willing to take me any further away from home. No problem. I'll make this spot a pretty good deal then. Because you want to make the wrong thing hard and the right thing easy. So the right thing is going away from home and not being so worried about it. Yeah, there you go. And becoming relaxed. The wrong thing is just trying to walk back and forth next to the pen until I let you back in. So make sure to make where your destination a good deal. He can even graze. I'm fine with that. Just as long as their attention comes back to you when it's time. So let's ask him to walk. I'm not steering. And surprise, surprise, he turns his back towards his brother and sister. But all of a sudden he's a little more relaxed here, huh? Not wanting to trot around as much or run with the other horses. We'll see where he takes us. So right there is where it gets a little steep and holy. So you just make a judgment call and direct him a different way. And here again, I feel that energy start pulling us towards the pen. So we'll go cool, no problem. We can go put your feet back to work if you want to. He'd say, yeah, I'd like that very much. So, yep. We'll see what part of where he wants to go. So on a hillside or something like a grade here that's a little on the steep side, you don't want to be switching back and forth and running all over the place because you don't want to trip. So you can make things difficult other ways, you know. First of all, if you traverse, you're less likely to find bad stuff. There we go, turn them back towards home. And secondly, you don't even have to trot. You can just maybe take a little pressure on both reins here. If your horse has learned to be soft vertically, you can maybe swing your legs on a little bit or start to flop around and say like, man, Joe really starts to ride poorly when I got near home. And you turn him back again. There you go. And then this time, we'll let him travel down the fence away from home on a nice loose rein and just let that momentum go. Avoid the T-post. He's looking at the camera. All of a sudden he's traveling out really well. Watch out for holes. He's traveling out fairly well though. And I don't have any legs on him. I'm not steering him anywhere. Here's where that energy breaks down to a walk from that trot. Yeah, and there's where he starts blowing out a little bit. And look, we're starting to stretch this rubber band out quite a bit, pretty naturally. Yeah. Now we're all the way down here to the crook in the fence. And so then maybe out here I'd try a bend to a stop. And then check that he's soft laterally. There you go, very nice. And then we drop those reins down and I'll just turn them towards you. That way I can talk to you. But there we go, you know, and let's check that he's soft over here. He felt like he was forgetting. Good. Good. So yeah, I mean now we've got ourselves what, we were about 100 feet closer the last time he lost momentum. Now we got, I don't know, probably about 400 or 500 yards away from home. And I really haven't been banging him or trying to steer him back and forth and seesawing and working real hard to get him out here. You know, all the work happens back wherever your horse wants to be when it comes to solving anything, barn sourness, buddy sourness, anything that a horse wants to be near. You make them work more there and they want to be near it less. Anything you want your horse to be near, provide them with more rest there and they'll want to be there more. So, you know, works with any, if your horse is afraid of, say, a four-wheeler, if you scatter hay on the back of the four-wheeler or put some grain there, I bet you'd wish that horse was a little more afraid of the four-wheeler again. So it's all about structuring incentives. So we've gotten them soft laterally, soft in the hip. Sorry, we've gotten them soft in the neck, soft in the hip. We haven't worked on lateral motion yet, but lateral flexion we've got. We've got bend to a stop and forward motion. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can, let's see where he takes us if we ask him to walk again. He goes, hey, I actually kind of like it out here. I like grazing. So, oh, look at that. All of a sudden, home doesn't sound like such a great place anymore. I asked him to walk out, and he took me the opposite direction down this gully. He goes, hey, it's all right. If I get the good deal out here, why would I want to go back home where everybody's fighting for grain? And there, I didn't even ask him to stop. We're turned towards home and we're not rushing. So that's I mean, that was really quick. Usually it doesn't happen in, what, 2 repetitions like that? He gave us a breath out. But that's, in a nutshell, how you cure barn sourness. Now, this is a very smart problem-solving horse. But if you make the work at home and the rest out where you want to be, you structure the incentives correctly, then hey, your horse learns pretty quickly. So I asked him to walk off again there. Oh, look at that. Without me steering or asking him to do anything, he got up on the road and turned back the other way. He goes, hey, I like it out here in pasture. Wow. That never happens that quickly. I think we did just cure barn sourness in Nickle, though. Man, that was easy. Now let me turn back towards home and see if we have any jigginess or rushiness. Wow, that's funny. Look here, he keeps wanting to turn away from home or towards the grass. He's not really concerned with going back towards the pen again. So I'll keep taking him back towards there. He's slowing down. This is cool. No rushing at all the whole way home. No trying to trot or sticking the head up in the air. So then, let me try and turn back away from home and see if he'll take us there. Oh, did we? Oh no. I thought maybe we'd get, here we go. Here we go. Now he's going not towards home. He's going, hey, that grass looks good over there. So look, we cured that destination addiction over there. So now, if he really wants to be near this grass here, I could maybe make this grass seem like a little work. We turn back and forth in here a couple of times, ask him for some figure eights, flop my legs back and forth. And then when he points the direction that we want him to think is good, we relax and rub him up. And there he goes again. Perfect. So it may not be the barn that he's sour for, maybe the yummy grass that he's sour for. So if that's the case, wherever he wants to be, put his feet to work, flap your legs, and then when he points a good direction, relax. And look here, now he's arcing, well, maybe back towards home again, huh? Watch out for the hole there, horse. Okay, perfect. Good, I knew it wasn't solved. But that was kind of cool for a moment. So back in here again, I'm gonna put his feet to work. Stay tuned, we'll be back in a minute. And just we'll avoid the big hole in the ground. Okay, here we go. See how he stuck his head up and now he's looking for his buddies? Perfect. Right up across the grade. Here we are at the gate in the pen. And now we put those feet to work. Back and forth here. I'm not encouraging him to trot, but I am sort of just flopping my body around. I'm letting him trot. I'm not trying to slow him down by any means, but I'm just making this seem sort of monotonous and boring to him almost. So we'll ask him to roll back or turn back again. And then this time give him the opportunity to travel down the fence. No steering. Hopefully the camera doesn't freak out. We'll see. Avoid the T-post in the ground. And here again, he's traveling on his own. Got natural trotting energy, actually, quite a lot of it. But he's taking me in a straight line down the fence all the way out from home here. There we go. And then he's sort of losing momentum. And off onto the wild blue yonder we go. If you can get this far with your horse, you can pretty much get as far as you need to. So off we go down the canyon here. And that might be a good spot for this video tonight. You know, we started out, I started out just wanting to get something on film before the rain came in. And we ended up really getting a good example of what the fix to barn sourness is pretty quickly here. And the fix is you make the wrong thing hard and the right thing easy. Make the work at home and you make the rest away from home. Well, how about that?